Dress code, like every other aspect of human life, has its own social significance, like dressing Western or African. Well, I have this media personality here with me who happens to be dressing truly Western, but he is really African. Who am I talking about? I prefer to call him the man Adema called JB. He is a media personality, a social advocate, and he refers to himself as a voice talent. So JB, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
You look great.
You look great
Looking
today.
really African.
Yeah,
and
just like I
it's nice.
said initially, you love to dress Western. And I can see you are really showcasing or portraying yourself to be a true model. So how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. But first of all, should I say, I should correct this, that I like looking Western. Well, I wouldn't say I like looking Western.
Of course,
Okay.
you always appear with a suit. You are a perfect gentleman, and I love the way you look. Yeah.
Well, of course, you also know that I appear like this sometimes.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
For the benefit of those who don't know you or really want to know you better, please tell us more about yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for having me here.
Okay.
My name is John Best Uche, not Uche, please. Yes, let me just clear that. He may be thinking it's Uche. I'm actually a Nigerian, yes, from the Nigerian part of Nigeria. That's what I like saying.
Okay, so which state are you actually from? Because when you say Uche, not Uche.
Uche, not Uche.
Okay, Uche, not Uche.
Yeah.
I know Uche is Igbo.
Yeah.
So are you Igbo?
I'm not Igbo.
So where are you from? Which state are you from?
I don't like mentioning, not because I'm not proud of my state, but because I prefer being addressed as a Nigerian.
Okay,
rather
okay.
than, you know,
No, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
We
that's
should, of course, respect your opinion to that effect.
So I'm from the Nigerian part of Nigeria, okay? Okay, I'm a trained broadcaster, media professional, creative media professional, and with a number of years of active practice.
Okay.
And of course, I specialize in presentation.
Wow.
As well, I am a voice-over artist.
Wow.
Anything production, generally production, that's who I am. Yeah, that's who I am now. On the other side, I'm a social advocate. I advocate for a responsible citizenship, for a better society, African society, and particularly Nigeria.
Okay, so Mr. John Best, I know you've been doing this for a while. At least I've known you for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But tell us now, for how long have you been in the media industry?
Like I said, I've been for a good number of years. To be specific, I would say like 5 years.
5 years. Wow.
Isn't that good enough?
I missed this 5 years. I know you may have been able to impact lives in one way or the other.
Yeah. Now, when you're talking about impact, and that's my impact is like my second name.
Impact is the second name. Okay, may I refer to you as John Best Impact?
Okay, why I'm saying that is because everything I do, I channel it towards impacting lives positively. Because having a conversation with you now, the essence is to impact, right?
Okay.
The essence is all just to impact.
Okay.
Anybody I come across, anybody I meet, if I have the privilege of meeting anybody, so far we could sit, talk, stand together. Hi, what's the name? We just have a short conversation. You will definitely sense that who I am truly. I use my media profession to actually impact lives. All my content, virtually all my content, they are all impact driven. Just like the recent World Social Justice Day. As a way of
I was come to that, but before we go to the World Social Justice Day, there's this network that has really been trending all around the world, especially in the social media. And I'm talking about the Right Minds Leaders Network. I know you have a very important role to play in that network. So can you tell us now, what is the network all about? All right.
Right Minds Leaders Network is actually a leadership, as the name implies, a leadership and advocacy non-governmental organization of like-minded young adults who crave for impact. By craving, I mean it's not everybody. It's just like maybe you want to impact your world positively, and then you may like to be part of the Right Mindset Leaders Network. And of course, all the people, the volunteers we have right with us are all young persons who want to impact their world positively. Somebody like me, I love impacting, like I told you earlier, and so that's actually informed the decision of coming up with the network. And one of our baby project, our baby initiative is that of the End Depression campaign.
We're known for that once again.
We're known for
as I've observed, your network has really drawn attention and support from the international community.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to make this work? I mean, it's not been an easy feat for you.
Yeah.
How did you work the magic?
All right. The End Depression campaign, of course, first of all, I would want to say a little about it. We discovered this initiative, the End Depression campaign, came to bear in the year 2019.
Okay.
And that was as a result of the high rate of suicide recorded in the between the year 2018.
Especially in Nigeria.
2018, 2019, early 2019. So we just sat somewhere, we're like, come on, what's causing this thing? What's happening? Why are the people? Why are young people? Because young people are the most vulnerable. Why are young people taking their lives by themselves? We discovered that something led to it. And what is that? The major cause of suicide was what? Depression. And so to handle or to tackle the issue of suicide, we first have to tackle depression. Depression. World Health Organization has it that 800,000 persons die every year due to suicide. And that's about one person.
What I'm trying to say in essence is that the high rate of suicide in Nigeria was caused by depression.
Yes.
And depression, of course, was the triggering factor for suicide.
So many things. Yes.
Okay.
And
now I get you.
Yeah. So depression. So what were we doing? What was our role, in handling or tackling, or what did we come out to do? Through the End Depression campaign, we've had several seminars, we've had several events, like that, online and physical, of course. And what is our message? Our message is basically, letting people know that they need to speak out, letting people know that not just the victims of depression, but other people around those ones who claim to be, who happen to be victims of depression. We tell them that there is need for us to build a world of hope around ourselves. By that I mean, you as a person, if you're around me, I should find solace in you. I should find comfort in you, not maybe because of my material things or all that, but because perhaps you should have a word. You could say something that could actually heal my emotions positively. So we preach the message of building a world of hope around ourselves, around the depressed, basically. And that formed the theme for our first maiden edition of the End Depression campaign seminar. It actually held in the premises of NTA Port Harcourt. They hosted in 2019. And after 2019, early...
Let me come in there. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic actually blew threw a drastic blow on the world at large.
Yes.
And depression, of course, really set in.
Yes.
Now, amidst the pandemic, how were you able, or how did you really contribute?
Okay, our contribution, basically, we had a virtual programs. Of course, we could not have a physical event, so we had a virtual seminar, or let's call it webinars, right? And part of those things, the seminars, we had skill acquisition, trainings and all of that. And why did we come up with trainings? People were losing their jobs due to the pandemic, and so we were looking for a way to let people, direct people's minds to other things they could do to help themselves, even in the period of the pandemic. So we're having a series of online events, the skill acquisition training, and then of course kind of webinars that we speak to our people, to our audience members, to let them know that that's not it all. This is just a phase, and it will come to pass, definitely. It will come to pass. And then so many things like that as well. Even before the pandemic, we're going to schools. We were going to schools before the outbreak of the pandemic. 2020, we're going to schools. Like I'll call it End Depression campaign, high school outreach. We were able to visit a number of schools before the outbreak of the COVID, and our reception, or the we were gaining really attention from the students. We could tell them, and then you could see that they were receiving the message wholeheartedly, and that's what the End Depression, the Right Minds Network is out to do.
Checking the statistics or indices now, between 2019 where you started, and we are of course now in 2021, talking depression and suicide now, would you say the level of depression or suicide has actually reduced?
I would say, but I may not be particular, may not be specific. Yes, with numbers now or something. I would say yes. I would say yes. Of course, you're not hearing it so much like you were hearing it in the year 28, late 2018, and then early 2019. Yes, no much stories of suicide anymore. Of course, we know that yes, it may be happening and all of that. It's happening, but not as high as it was.
Now that brings me to one question.
Yeah.
Most of those who were actually...
because we are getting feedbacks. The feedbacks we are getting actually, they are cool.
Most of those who are actually victims of suicide were actually the youth.
Yes.
What really went wrong?
So many things, so many factors contributed to all that, or contribute to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Some notes when they commit suicide, before committing, the notes they drop most of the times is, my boyfriend left me.
Heartbreak.
Some would write, mommy, daddy felt I'm no longer contributing. I'm no longer, like. My life is not. I'm not adding value to the family or to the society, and so they just they feel the best is to take their lives.
Really pathetic.
So we're looking at emotional factors. That is we're looking at situations. We're looking at thoughts. We're looking at so many things. Now young people we tend to have faulty thoughts. Recently we tend to have faulty thoughts, and these faulty thoughts of ours actually contribute to all these things. Faulty thoughts in the sense that you feel negative about yourself. Young people, they feel so negative about themselves, and that's very wrong. That's very, very wrong. By the time you feel like, man, nothing good can ever come out of me. Nothing good can ever come. You are being pessimistic. You are being pessimistic about yourself, and until you repair that faulty thoughts of yours, you cannot, you cannot be in a good.
Once again, we are wrapping it up, but let me come in again. You were actually talking about the reasons why, or you think these young persons committed suicide. Now you had this outreach, especially in schools, where you sensitized the youth on how to end depression. Now talking about the solutions here. What are those solutions you profile to the world to actually end depression?
To end depression, to reduce the rate of suicide. First of all, I talked about having faulty thoughts. So if we can repair our thoughts, that's one. And I go into school, the school students, where we meet them in school, and then we talk to them, tell them, man, if you fail today, if you fail in this semester, if you fail in this term, it's not the end of it all. You could still make up. You understand? You could still make up. Some of them, they feel like, I failed this term, and I'm like Olodo. They call themselves Olodo. I don't know anything.
Olodo meaning
I don't know anything. Empty head and all that. That's what it means. That's because of the people they build, the people, the circle of people they keep. Do you understand? They find themselves. So if they find themselves in the midst of people who could always encourage them, who would always tell them, you failed today, but then do you know you could make it up? You could make it up the next term. You failed this term, you could make it up the next term. You fail.
And here I think you are directing your advice or observations to. Are you talking about parents and guardians or to the young people?
Let me go to the parents. Let me go to the parents. Parents must learn to learn the art of talking to their children, to their words.
That's right.
They must learn the art of talking, and not talking to bring down or to play down on their children, on their words and all of that. Not to make them feel they are not important, not to make them feel they are not, they don't have anything to add to the society, to add to the family. They must learn how to, they must be cautious in their choice of words. They must be cautious. Sometimes there are words you utter that could actually hurt me more than the beating. You could give me a physical beating, and I may not feel it all that much as the words you utter. Do you understand? Some parents, they're like, they will say so many things. Come on,
that's like the mental, emotional torture
that could set those children's emotions. So bring them so low, so down, and all that. So parents must learn that. Learn how to talk to your children. Talk sense to them, reason with them. In fact, don't make them feel like they must agree with everything you say, but Let them feel that you're just reasoning, the both of you or all of you are just reasoning. Let them reason with you, you reason with them, and then I think we'll have a better society, a better home like that. Okay, now to the government, we need to set up institutions that would address the issues of mental health.
You've spoken so much about the End Depression campaign, and you've played a very important role. Somehow, one would be wondering, why are you actually campaigning against depression? Now I'm going to ask you this. It's really a personal and sensitive question. Have you been depressed in any way? Why are you really doing this?
Some persons who advocate causes like that, they happen to be victims. My case is totally different. So I've not had any close relative who happen to be a victim of suicide, depression, and all of that. Even a friend, nobody. But like I said, what informs my what informed my decision for this initiative is just impact, a quest and passion for impact. Just want to impact. I want to see that the world everybody sees the world as a comfortable place to live. Everybody should live fine mentally and all of that. In fact, one of the questions people ask me is that you're not in any way, you don't have anything to do with medical, you're not in the medical line, but you decided to go for this kind of course and all of that. Why and all that? I say, well, me, I don't even know. The only thing is that I just read about it, I just get to learn about it, the ways out of it, and then we move and we push for it. And that's basically that.
So that brings me to my initial question.
Okay.
I said you've had a lot of international support coming in from different continents.
But when you say international support, I've not really gotten a support yet. We've not gotten a support yet, to move this. We are doing it on our own at the moment. So we are yet to get sponsors. We are yet to get partners who will be willing and ready enough to push along with us to make this work. To go to let's impact more lives. We're looking forward to that. We've not got it. Even the government needs. One thing about issues, things like this, is that it's very difficult to see people who will key in because it's not entertainment. People will like, what's this one? And depression. What's depression? Who wants? Nobody wants to identify with you. But I've always had this courage. These words of encouragement coming from my supporters, like so many of should I say my role models and mentors. They keep telling me, "Say best move." There will be a time people would want to identify with you when you made this thing work, and that's where we're moving. We are ensuring that.
And of course, it's
myself
working.
And my team,
it's
my
working.
Team and
it's really working, and I really commend you and your effort or your team.
Yeah.
On this feat.
Thank you.
Wow, I've really benefited a lot. It's really been a worthwhile experience with you, John Best, on this.
Perhaps if you don't mind, I would.
Excuse me. Okay.
So if you don't mind, I should use this platform to call on NGOs, corporate organizations, international bodies to help. The campaign, the initiative is End Depression campaign of the Right Minds and Leaders Network. So we are looking for sponsors, we're looking for partners, we're looking for supporters. Of course, we're even looking for volunteers as well. Volunteers. Now, when we say volunteers, we are saying, are you ready to impact your world positively? Are you ready to move along with us, even when you're not paid and all that? But that's not paid physically or not paid by in cash. But then, of course, you should know that there is always a pay for everything, every action, every work, anything you do. So if you're willing, if you're ready, if you love the initiative, why not come and support us? Let's move it, let's make it happen. And then religious bodies, they may want to come talk to our audience, come talk to our congregation, let them know, because these things are happening even right in the church.
So in general, what you're trying to say is that everyone has a vital role to play to make this work.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So, as I said earlier, I've really benefited from this interaction. It's been a worthwhile experience with you, the man at the Macor JV. I prefer to call you that.
I don't understand that Admacor. What's the Admacor JV? What does it really mean?
Okay.
What language is that?
Okay, well, it is just a slang, I prefer to refer to you that way.
Okay.
But for others, they call you Mr. John Best, Uche.
Yeah.
Right. It's really nice having you here with us. This is where we draw the curtain on this exclusive interview with the man I refer to as the man at the Macor JV, the voice talents, the voice talent. You refer to him as John Best Uche. See you some other time. Bye for now.
All right, bye.